Hello travelers, welcome back Magic players. Here we are just in time for Chandra's campaign, or Chandra's, or Chandra's, or however it is that you want to say it. I'm just going to call her Chandra. Honestly, I don't even know. Like, now that I think about it, I probably say it two different ways. It just comes out. Whatever, I don't care. You know what? Things happen. Who cares? Here we are. We are Miss Nalar. How about that? And, looks like she's a little bit of a rebel, a little bit of a spunky kid over here. Getting in trouble a little bit and just wants to kind of do her own thing. And her campaign starts off finding a way into a little bit of trouble. You know, kids find their way into trouble sometimes, and something happens and you accidentally cause more damage than you were planning to, and you didn't mean to, but it doesn't really get taken that way. You have to suffer the consequences for it, regardless of whether you meant to or not. Like, I'm sorry, officer, I was going 6 over. It was down a hill. Come on, I'm gonna have to pay that ticket no matter what I do. So, so you find a way to escape, and you get to a place with a bunch of machines and artifacts that don't really like you hiding in there. Once again, you're kind of forced to do something you don't really want to do. You gotta break everything, and she didn't mean to. It just sort of happened. So your family has to flee, and they're probably just like, "God, this stupid kid. Can we just leave her there? Oh man, this is not worth it." But your family flees with you instead, so you guys can get out. Because at this point, you're a wanted criminal almost, and you know, just gives you more opportunities to test your magic and get stronger and develop against some large, giant-looking beastie things, which I think is interesting, because normally green kind of beats red with like the huge, big green creatures, or just more value than your red burn spells. But anyway, your safety doesn't last too long, however, because your family gets found, they kill them, and you get taken captive, and you get really pissed off about it. So for all your crimes, it's just been too much. Doesn't matter that you're 11 years old, who cares? You knew what you were doing, according to them, and you have to be made an example of, and you get to face execution, which generally people don't like being executed, so let's see if we can do something about that. Even as your executioner looms over you, the grief over losing your parents prevents you from fighting back. But one last spark of defiance. I wonder what spark that is. It's begging to be freed. Alright, what do we got here? 2-drop, 3-drop, a couple of 5s in there. Removal spell. It seems a little slow for red, but we'll see what happens. There you go. Drew a 3-drop to break artifacts, but we'll see. They must have given it to me for a reason. Look at all that destruction. It's fun! I don't need another reason. Reminds me of a time when I was playing Gears of War with a buddy, and we'd play a bunch on Xbox and stuff like that, and he was always really bad with the sniper, but he always wanted to go rush up there and grab it first. It always bothered us. I'm like, dude, stop it. Why are you grabbing the sniper? Like, you can't do it. Like, why? I was like, why? He just had the best answer. We had no response. He just kind of stopped and stuttered for a second. He's like, well, I mean, it's there. Like, why do people climb mountains? Because they're there. And I was like, alright, fine. You can continue taking the sniper. I just hope I spawn in front of you and get there first. But, it was pretty funny. So, this reminds me of that. It's fun. Why not? I'm just going to do it for that reason. I don't care. Oh boy, Wall of Frost is beast. This is one of my favorite walls. Not only is it really powerful for just 3 mana, it also freezes the freaking enemy that it blocks too, so you really don't ever want to attack in there if they've got Walls of Frost on you. It kinda sucks. So I'm gonna end up having to burn it eventually, but for now, I can't. I'm just completely stifled by this Wall of Frost right now. I don't want to cast the Vandal yet, because again, there's no point. I'm really not going to accomplish anything, and I want to try and break an artifact with it. I want to try and get that value. There we go, look at that. Now I'll be able to break that value. Steel, wow, 1 colorless for an 0/4? You know, walls are very rarely used anymore, but that's actually pretty decent. because it can go in any deck, and that 4th toughness is pretty beneficial, actually. So, whatever, we'll play our Manic Vandal now. And just break that while we can for free. And we'll go on from there. I'm going to have to use a couple of burn spells to deal with this. Well, what I'm going to have to do is attack into it and use a couple of burn spells. So we'll see how that goes. Tap target red or green creature. That creature does not untap for as long as you control the mage. Well, we're just going to have to do something about that right away, aren't we? I'm going to need my creatures, thank you. Make sure I untap right away. Get this extra land out here. Target creature you control deals damage. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, that's more of a finisher. That's not going to help me here. This is 4 damage, but I need a little bit more power. Actually, I don't. I think I've got this. If I pump this guy up twice, I'll have 3 mana left, and then I can nuke it after it blocks. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Wait for him to confirm blocking. Perfect. Pump it up twice. I will deal 3 damage to it. I will be tapped next turn, but that's worth it. Now I can kill it with an exquisite firecraft. It feels like a waste using burn. No! Oh, he's bouncing. I thought he countered it. That's honestly even worse. Wait, what? Wait a second. Why did he bounce my Pyre Charger instead of his wall? Well, good job, AI. That was really a blunder. He's probably not programmed to do what normally would be a bad idea, bouncing your own stuff. That probably is just seen like as a blanket, you know, not beneficial move. But not only was this guy going to stay tapped next turn anyway, he also has haste, so that was just insult to injury right there. The poor guy, I almost feel bad, but I don't, so... we will play our young pyromancer. Hopefully we'll get some spells and start getting a couple extra creatures. And then we'll come right in for 4 points. Yeah, you are much better off bouncing the wall and then claustrophobiing the Pyre Charger, who would not have been able to attack because he would have been frozen tapped for a turn. But okay. I'll at least point it out to you guys just so that you see that that's how that's supposed to work. Trying to wonder how close I am to just winning the game right here. It cost me too much mana to do this, so I think next turn I'll make the kill though. Yeah, I'd rather him play a counterspell than play something to get rid of a creature, so we'll go with this first. That's fine, so he draws the card. It goes back to my hand. Pump this guy up twice. I'll get to make another token from the pyromancer from it. So that'll be nice. It doesn't remove the damage either. Kind of an interesting counterspell, that remand. It draws you a card and slows the guy down. It's sort of like bouncing, like an unsummon or something like that, but for spells as well. So, just at the cost of 1 extra mana, you get to draw a card for it. Alright, so now we're pretty close to victory here. Not quite, though. So I'm going to play another Pyromancer first. So that way, I get boatloads of creatures off of him, and then next turn he's definitely dead. Outside, of course, of counterspells. Looks like this was a really easy match just to steamroll over him with some burn. Oh yeah. Can just kill him with ignition or with creatures. Oh boy. See, normally, hexproof unblockable would be really freaking annoying. Just put some enchantment on it, and you can't touch it, and you can't block it. So it's just automatic clock. You just are gonna lose, and that's all there is to it. So, I'll just have a little bit of fun instead. Nope, I just need to pump it twice. Just to get up to 3. And then he's either gonna die this way, or he's gonna die by me attacking things. Kill him with the spell. Boom. Well, that was quick. Look at that shot. I think that's pretty cool. The threat of death at the hands of Captain Baral causes your planeswalker spark to ignite. In a burst of flame, you leave this plane behind. And you bring the attention of fire monks. And she becomes even more powerful from there once she finds a way to control her new force. Very cool.